Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to discuss regarding the great feature which exists in Microsoft Intune, Microsoft Endpoint Manager for the group policy. Um, we have our existing group policy in our local AD, and if you want to switch that Microsoft Intune to use Microsoft Intune to configure devices and apply the hardening, security hardening similar to your group policy, Microsoft Intune is released a preview of whether your existing group policy is compatible with or exist those features in Microsoft Intune. Um, it's called Group Policy Analytics. Here, if you come to the devices overview and under policy section, it's called Group Policy Analytics. If I click here, this is where we import our group policy. But before doing going to the actual demo, here's a Microsoft documentation about analyzing your on-premise group policy objects using group policy analytics in the Microsoft Endpoint Manager. So it's the same settings that we use in our on-premise devices that managed by group policy. Um, Here's more details. Um, um, Group Policy Analytic is a tool and feature in Microsoft Endpoint Manager that analyzes your on-premise GPO. It helps your GPOs translate in the cloud, and output shows which settings are supported in MDM providers, including Microsoft Intune, and also shows any deprecated settings or settings not available to MDM. So that's the whole to understand what actually the Microsoft group policy analytic does is basically scans your group policy and see if it's compatible with Microsoft Intune while migrating from local AD group policy to Intune to let Intune control your hardening of your devices similar to group policy. And here's the how it shows some examples where you export your GPO and import back to group analytics, and it gives you some results. So here's one more important. Group policy analytics can parse the following CSP. So Microsoft Intune use some CSP similar to group policy, but its own provider has this CSP that supports those are similar settings that you can use in group policy, and it's called CSP. And okay, so I can we need to check this documentation to get a better understanding how this works. But let me show you some demo. If I navigate to local AD, this is my domain controller. If I open my group policy, let me export my WSUS. If I go to my WSUS and open here, in WSUS settings, I'm configuring the Windows update. So basically configure Windows update to notify for download and notify to install. Basically, I'm not notifying users to, oh, hey, there's some updates, and also notifying them to install them. And I disabled automatic install, and also I disabled do not allow update default policy to cause scans against Microsoft updates. So basically, I'm also opening the scan if it needs it to scan against Microsoft. So in ECCM, you can this in ECCM right now, my WSUS is the source of truth where it scans the updates, but also enable Microsoft Microsoft Windows update also. So if I want to, I can have ECCM to scan against Microsoft and then download those contents. So this is the one, and also the SSO settings. This is for enabling the single sign-on. So if user log into device and when if they're Even if they navigate to portal.azure.com, they don't need to prompt for signing. So automatically you'll use your credential because the Azure local AD accounts are synced with Azure AD. So automatically you'll grab their information from Azure AD. Let me go back to group policy objects. So if you want, we need to come to group policy objects, right click, backup, and find the location. I'll use the WSS backup. Okay, and I'm gonna click the SSO settings backup. Um, so, okay, completed. Now I'm gonna copy these two. I'm gonna copy these two and paste on my desktop here. So basically, here these two are. So I'm going to navigate back to my Microsoft Intune, group policy, import. So when you're importing, make sure here's these two folders. So this one, the first one I go. You need to click on gpreport.xml. Click. It's written on the documentation. I'll show you. Okay, so imported successfully. Okay, now let me where it is. Group policy text. I was showing here. Here you go. Select import and select saved XML file. When you select the XML file, Intune automatically GPO and XML file. And where was the GP report? I think it was in the. Okay, maybe it's here. Here you go. Sorry, I missed it. So open the group policy management, GPMC, and right click and import the GP report. So it's here. It's not in documentation. I missed it. Sorry. So now I'm going to import the second one. Go back to desktop and select the GP report. Now it's importing, processing. Okay. Import completed. Now here you go. So let me refresh one more time. This SSO settings is showing 100%. The WSS showing 83%. So if I go the first one, 100%, see this one, setting names, group policy settings category, MDM support, 100%. The value, if you open the value here and gives me the value, it matches same thing, the value we added in the group policy. And here's this CSP mapping. It's not work. I need to move it a little bit right side. This is the CSP that uses to we need to use if you want to create a custom configuration profile for Intune. So we need to copy these ones. Let me go. Sorry, this is a little weird. Microsoft needs to fix this one. If I right click, it should expand the content size. Okay, here you go. So this is the CSP path. If you want to create a custom configuration profile, we need to use this one. Now, if I go back to the 83%, this is the policy we're using, and this one is that configure automatic updates, install updates for other products is not supported. So this one is not supported, and the other settings are supported, and these are the values got the one I configured. If I come back to group policy and WSS, it's the same setting here. I choose number 2. I disabled install during automatic maintenance. disabled, and also install update for other products I disabled, but that's not supported here. Okay, and this is the CSP mapping. For the CSP here, here policy, supported CSP and group policy. If I go to policy CSP, you need to understand how the CSP works here. You need to come to CSP. Where's, here you go, the main one. Configuration service provider reference. Basically, it gives a list of the CSP uses. Basically, it's a service provider. Like last time we used for the map. If you want to create, if this, for example, in group policy, we use ADMX template that has all those settings available for us, but some of them is not Intune, not yet ready. So we need to use the CSP. Right now it's supported by Intune that you create those settings manually and apply it. That will use the local registry settings on your device to apply the changes or secure environment your device. That's one part. If I go back, okay. So here it shows these are the policies is ready to be used with Intune. Now there's another section. It's called Group Policy Migration Readiness Report. If we come to the reports and come to Group Policy Analytics preview, see this one? It gives us a report. So basically you can go to that device Group Policy Analytics and see, or you can, if you have tons of group policy, if you want a complete report, you need to come here and come to reports. Basically this is dashboard showing one is not supported, 8 is ready to migrate, and collect group policy migration readiness. And these are all your policy listed here. And if you click, see here, device configuration all, custom OMA URI 0, not supported 1. You can also filter this down. And this is showing which these are scope for computer and user. If you click generate report, it will generate an Excel report for your to go over that report and check it. Okay. Now it's created again. Now let's export this one. Basically, if you don't see any policy imported, so click generate again. Now it's exporting to our Excel. And you can also, basically, if you want to add the CSP, basically, let's add the CSP. Let me generate again. This is the first export. Let me show you how this looks. See this one? But this one doesn't have the CSP. I'm going to close this one. Okay. Now let me export again because I added a CSP. See this is the path. And where is it? Do I get the values? Let me select. Okay, because the value is important. Because when you create manual CSP, you need to make sure you enter the value. Okay, there's no value here. Okay, yeah, it doesn't have. They should add the value if you want. Because what they. Okay, let me go back to device. Group policy analytics. 100%, and this is the value it's showing. We need this value. Okay, let me show one example. The CSP I used. Let's go to device, configuration profile, enable BitLocker. Not this one. Okay, I think I deleted the map last time. But basically you need to come here, select the Windows 10 later, and choose templates. So for in order to use the CSP, we need to use custom. So we already have administrative templates and some other templates created by Microsoft with available settings. For example, domain join, email, device, endpoint protection. We enable defenders and BitLocker. Similar for that custom one, we use this one. But there's other ones called settings catalog. For setting catalogs, it's most of the CSP is created. I'll do test. Click add settings. And here, administrative templates, a lot of administrative templates. I mean, these are all already being used. They use in the background as a CSP. For example, printer. Need to a little wait. Click all, close. Now these are settings, and you can change the value, disabled, enabled. So this is behind the scene. They use CSP, but Microsoft already created as a settings. But the ones are not here. You can see if that CSPs exist. You come here, click Windows 10, templates, custom, click next. I'll use map, click next. Here, add OMRI, call it map, California map. OMRI, data will be integer. For example, I found the map CSP, so this is the map. So I'll go with this path. Then I'll come back here, maps. Packages. And if you scroll down, and the value for USA, California, this one. And this is the value. I'll make it 1, the value 1. So number 1 will be enabled, 2 will be disabled. I'm going to save this one. Click next. I'm going to add all devices. Click next. And this is if you want to assign which OS should be applied. I'm going to click create. So this is basically deploy the map. So once I go to one of the devices I have, for example, let's go here. Okay, if I open, let me check because last time I did downloaded this one. Okay, let me go open the company portal. Here you go, company portal. Let's sign in. Meantime, I'm going to also start my second client, Windows 11. Same user. Still loading. See this one, your device is missing important updates. This is the group policy I enabled, so I get notification. There's updates now asking me to download it, pending download. So this is, I don't want to, I can change it to automatically install it, but I just want to monitor whether downloads is coming. Now let's go to settings. Let's run the sync. And also, let me go to my second device, company portal. Okay, let me open the maps. Let me go here also, run the sync. Let me pause it a bit till it get fully loaded. Okay, it's loaded now. Now if I go to, okay, let me go to settings. Now here, if I choose apps, it should open the settings. Now see, it's now downloading the California map. Okay, so it is downloading it. Now if I go back on my other device, let me open the map. Okay, let me go settings, offline map. Okay, it's downloading right now. It's in the background. So that's how it works. Um, Yep. So mostly CSP is the main settings only behind the background for the Intune policies, similar to ADMX or group policy in local AD. But as I mentioned, there's already tons of templates available for us that Microsoft created. Um, Similar to settings and templates. These are templates available, but if you don't find them, you can go with the custom and also check with the setting catalogs. Most of the CSP is here. Yep. Thank you guys. Please comment below down if you have any question and subscribe. Thank you.